Alright y'all, today's video is sponsored by none other than Super Clean. When you have dirt and grime that you need to get through, don't hesitate to pick up Super Clean for whatever grimy mess you may have. As y'all know, Super Clean has been a long partner with the channel. They continue to reach out to us and we are grateful for that. As y'all know, life happens, you know. There you go. As you know, life happens and things like that, but you know, we are getting back to it. I feel like we are in swing, and I was going through some emails, you know. Super Clean, as always, reached out to me like, hey, would you like the opportunity to use the product in the video? You know what I'm saying? And that's something. Super Clean is something that I was buying. Between Super Clean and Purple Power, I was using it too. But the clean that I get from Super Clean is definitely a whole lot better. I feel like there's less elbow grease that has to go into it. And that's why I prefer Super Clean over the competition. So let me show you what they brought us, and then let me show you what we're gonna be using it on. If you hear something running in the background, that's Michaela. Trying to get some of that bad gas out of there. So we got the Super Clean. This is just a degreaser, that's not the foaming one. But they also did send us the aerosol can as well. I personally like the Super Clean, just a degreaser, not in the aerosol, because of the simple fact that I can buy the big jug and then I can kind of replenish it. So shout out to Super Clean for sending us a sticker. And it's very important that you never let Super Clean, that you use Super Clean in a cold, like with cold water. And it's important to never, ever, ever let Super Clean dry on the surface or whatever it is that you clean it. I always want to start with the lowest concentration, which is going to be outlined on your, should be on your bottle here. Always test it in an inconspicuous area and start with the item as cool as possible. Always be cautious when using Super Clean on motorcycles, aluminum, untreated glass, and painted and powder coated surfaces. Super Clean is an aggressive cleaner and may damage these materials if not used properly. Also, if you are cleaning a large area, you may want to work in small sections at a time. So just a tip, you know, from them to us. And I say that because a lot of people don't read. So I just read it to y'all so that you can know what you knew to use. So this is the dilution chart that they have. Okay. So it's gonna tell you full strength, what you need to use it for: 3 parts water, 1 part Super Clean, 8 parts water, 1 part Super Clean, 16 parts water, 1 part Super Clean. So this can be used full strength. You're gonna use for outdoor. For us, it's gonna be barbecue grills, concrete, lawnmowers, tractors, chainsaws, sprayers, farm equipment, auto parts, engines, tires, underbody, shop equipment. That's where we live at. Now, if you still want to use this on the inside, you want to go 3 parts water, 1 part Super Clean, and then it's going to be good for your carpets and your floor mats. If you go 8 parts water, 1 part Super Clean, that's going to be good for your vinyl seats, your dashboards, your upholstery, car covers, and truck bed liners. And then if you go 16 parts water, 1 part Super Clean, you're going to be good for your chrome and your stainless steel. So this is a multi-purpose that you can use to clean a lot of things. It's not just the dissolving of grease and everything. Like, you can use it for a lot of stuff. You just have to use the correct dilution. So that's good to know. And like I said, when I find out good information like that, I want to pass it on to you guys. I also show some additional products here. So you got the original degreaser, you got your foaming trigger, which they didn't send this time. They have an all-wheel cleaner, you have your aerosol can, and then you have your floor absorbent. And like I was also saying, there is a super clean, I believe it's 2.5 gallon and a 5 gallon that you can buy, and you can just refill your bottles, which is what I prefer to do. And then I also have some bottles that I bought from Harbor Freight that were, I can kind of mark it off and get my dilution ready for different, things that I may be using it for. So shout out to Super Clean. Like I said, that's what we're gonna be using to clean our project. Now let me go show you what we're gonna be using it on. Originally, I said that we were going to use the Super Clean on Dolores, the engine for Dolores, but we have changed our mind and we have seen something that is in much more need of it. All right, so as you can see here, we have the engine bay out. Originally, this car is silver. Somebody did a black paint job on it, which I'm not totally mad at. I prefer black over silver anyway. But yeah, as you can see here in the engine bay, like, it was a lot of grease and grime, and this is probably not even the worst. Now, granted, this car is a 2020 or 2003, and it's the year 2026. I don't think the engine and transmission ever been separated. I don't think the timing belt was ever changed, and that's what happened to our catastrophic failure. So while we got the engine out, come in here with a pressure washer and some Super Clean solution, and we are gonna get it cleaned up as much as possible. But I definitely want to give y'all a good before so you can see the effect that Super Clean is gonna have when it's all cleaned up. See that? See that? So that's what we looking at. Now let me show y'all this engine, man. This engine, there's more oil on the outside of this engine than it was. It might be on the inside of the engine. You know what I'm saying? See all this dirt and oil and grime, like right up in here, like it's just caked. Caked. You know what I'm saying? Caked. So, yeah, got the engine out. As you can see, we should be receiving the other engine by the end of the week, but that'll give us enough time to where we can kind of take our time and do whatever it is that we need to do with this one. Take our good coil packs, fuel injectors, a lot of that stuff that can be moved over from the other motor to this one. Still have to grab that rear off of there. Probably gonna have to grab that bracket and move it over to the other engine. This is busted because I couldn't get it off. But now that it's off the car, like I can get at it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I need to put a blade or whatever I need to put on there, then I can get on there the way I need to. But honestly, I just need this to come off. But yeah, that mount busted, baby. So The front mount and the back mount for shit show gonna have to be changed. The only mount that I found that was worth the damn, I feel it was the side one, and it's probably been replaced. Like I showed y'all in the last video, how this one was all messed up and toe off. So yeah, the only one that was good was like this one that was mounted over here. You know what I'm saying? And so that was just barely, so. Yep. But yeah, man, that's where we sit, that's where we lay, that's where we at. So I think, see what else we gonna need. As you can see, this CV axle, that's probably gonna have to be, well, you see it's all busted up right there, so that's gonna have to be replaced. Couple other things that I noticed and saw that's probably gonna need to be addressed. I'm not trying to go super duper overhaul, you know what I'm saying, but definitely do want to get it cleaned up and spray it off. So I think that's what we'll go ahead and do now. Let me go take some ground beef out or something so I can eat, because I forget. And then I'll be like, oh no, everything's frozen. All right, catch y'all back on. Okay, so this is the one that's fine.
I'm ready.
No, I was saying this is the one that's falling up. I didn't think it was that they sent me.
What's over there? Power washer?
Yeah. So I got one of them too. right here. Alright, so there go our audio. So as y'all can see, that thing clean, boy. That thing clean. Whole lot better. All that dirt and grime and stuff that was down there. Shout out to Super Clean. Thank y'all for sending that out for our use. We definitely gonna need another can or two. We do got this 6.0 that we gotta clean up for Dolores. So if not, we'll go get us a can, but you can see it right there. The before and the after. Get your engine bay right. Since you got the engine out anyway, so. Like I said, that's just a little quick spray. I mean, it's still little spots I see there and there. So I'll kind of get back up in there, finish that up. But just wanted to show y'all the amazing, and I ain't had to scrub or nothing, you know what I'm saying? And when I sprayed the Super Clean, like it actually foamed up on there. So you ain't got to do all this scrubbing and all of that, you know what I'm saying? Put it on there, let it pop, bubble, fizzle. I think what I noticed was the white bubbles or the foaming started to get dirty. And I feel like that's a good telltale to say like when it's good and done and ready to come off. Let me see if I can show y'all. Let's see, yeah. Let's see, get off up in here. Not that it's 100% necessary, but for the purposes of demonstration. I even was spraying off a compressor down there. It even looked kind of new. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, spray all that on there. Aerosol might be the way to go. Might be the way to go, y'all. I don't know if it's gonna show you how dirty that bubble can get. Let me crank it up one more time. Let's see. See what we get. I do need to get an O-ring for this hose. That's why it's leaking right there. It didn't want to work. Hell, it's been sitting for so long. But that True Fuel, and that's why I swear by that True Fuel, it cranked right up. Like I cranked it last summer or something. Get right here in the front. Give it some love too. that's a wrap, y'all. So if you are looking for a decent tough task cleaner and degreaser, make sure y'all go pick up a can of that super clean. Dissolves grease super easy, super fast. And it is now being LS Chevy Rider 254 approved, your boy. So tune in to the next one. It's your boy LS Chevy Rider 254. Remember, identify your weaknesses, make it your strength. Life is all about choices. Choose wisely and productivity over procrastination. And remember that the hustle don't stop, the grind don't stop. See y'all in the next one.